Oliver Cromwell was born in Huntingdon, England, on April 25, 1599, to a well-to-do family. His father, Robert Cromwell, was a minor landowner and his mother, Elizabeth Stewart, was the daughter of a wealthy London merchant. Cromwell was educated at the Huntingdon Grammar School and later at Sydney Sussex College, Cambridge, where he studied law. Cromwell entered Parliament as the MP for Huntingdon in 1628, but he did not make a significant impact until his second term from 1640 to 1642. He was a vocal opponent of King Charles I's policies and a strong advocate for religious reform. During the English Civil War, Cromwell played a key role in the parliamentary victory. He led the Eastern Association Army to a series of victories and was eventually promoted to the rank of Lieutenant General of Horse. Cromwell's leadership of the new model army was instrumental in the defeat of the Royalists at the Battle of Naseby in 1645. He was appointed as the commander-in-chief of the army and led it to victory in several other battles. In 1649, Cromwell was one of the signatories of the death warrant for King Charles I. He believed that the king was a tyrant who had violated the rights of Parliament and the people. In 1651 he won the Battle of Worcester, the last battle in the War of Three Kingdoms, to establish control over Scotland and Ireland, and the introduction of the Commonwealth of England, Scotland and Ireland. Cromwell was a devout Puritan and believed that his military success was a sign of God's favour. He saw himself as a saint and believed that he had a divine mission to defend Parliament and the Protestant faith. In 1653, Cromwell dissolved the Rump Parliament and became Lord Protector of the Commonwealth, effectively ruling England as a dictator. He believed that a strong central government was necessary to prevent the chaos and anarchy that had characterized the period before the Civil War. During his rule, Cromwell instituted a number of reforms, including religious toleration, the establishment of a standing army, and the promotion of trade and commerce. He also introduced a system of major generals, who were responsible for maintaining law and order in the provinces. Cromwell was involved in several military campaigns during his time as Lord Protector. In the First Anglo-Dutch War, he led the English fleet to victory over the Dutch. In the invasion of Scotland and Ireland he led anti-Catholic campaigns with up to a fifth of the population killed in the conquest of Ireland, the source of great bitterness even centuries later. Cromwell's foreign policy was characterized by a desire to assert English power and promote Protestantism. He was successful in expanding England's influence in Europe, but his interventions in foreign affairs were often controversial. Cromwell's domestic policies were also controversial, and he was criticized for his authoritarianism and his treatment of dissenters. He suppressed the Levellers, a group of radical Democrats who called for greater political equality, and he was responsible for the brutal suppression of the Irish Rebellion. Cromwell faced several rebellions during his time as Lord Protector, including the Fifth Monarchist Uprising and the Penruddock Uprising. He responded with brutal force, executing the leaders of the rebellions and suppressing their followers. In 1657, Cromwell was offered the crown by Parliament, but he refused, believing that it would undermine the republic he had helped to establish. He was instead declared Lord Protector for life. Cromwell suffered from poor health in his later years, and he died on September 3, 1658, at the age of 59. He was buried in Westminster Abbey, but his body was later exhumed and posthumously executed as part of the restoration of the monarchy under King Charles II. Cromwell's body was hung from the Tyburn gallows in chains before being beheaded at sunset. His head was stuck on a spike and displayed at Westminster Hall until 1685 when it fell off during a storm. It was found by a soldier who hid it in his chimney. Later it was passed around various places and ended up being buried. Cromwell's son Richard succeeded him as Lord Protector but was unable to maintain his father's grip on power. He lacked his father's military and political skill, and his rule was characterized by confusion and indecision. He resigned in 1659, and the Commonwealth was dissolved soon after. After the downfall of the Commonwealth, the monarchy was restored under King Charles II. The new regime sought to punish those who had been involved in the execution of Charles I and the establishment of the Republic. Cromwell's reputation has been the subject of much debate and controversy. To some, he is a hero who defended the rights of Parliament and the Protestant faith against tyranny and oppression. To others, he is a villain who suppressed political dissent and religious freedom and was responsible for the deaths of thousands of Irish Catholics. Despite his mixed legacy, Cromwell remains a significant figure in English history. His military and political achievements helped to shape the course of the nation's development, and his ideas about religious toleration and individual freedom continue to influence political discourse today. Cromwell's life has been the subject of numerous biographies, historical studies, and works of fiction. His story continues to captivate the imagination of scholars and readers alike, and his influence on English history and culture remains profound.